Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Mrs. Cruz, not a sophomore dressed as a teacher for Halloween. I'm the director of speech and debate, but ironically I debated calling in sick this morning to avoid this nervous feeling, which also kind of feels like you've eaten too many nuggets. I used to perform in front of crowds all the time, actually, specifically singing, but not since 2011. At moments of mayhem, I always ask my students to take deep breaths. Some are still learning. They think it's for them, but it actually calms me down. So would you mind? Everyone breathe in and breathe out. Thank you. I really learned the importance of taking a deep breath about 5 years ago on a similar Wednesday, but let's start even further back than that. Wait, too far. But this is proof that I've always been a lion, even before I became a monarch. Let's see. Okay, stop. Oh. Move back. 1 second. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rory's with me, by the way. Say hello. All right. Let's see. Okay, stop. Oh, uh-oh. One more deep breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right. Should I try it? Let's see. Oh, so much better. Okay, stop. This is me when I was you to be exact, a freshman in high school lurking for light in a safari shadow of 4,000 students. This boy was my friend, who I met in room 408 at James Logan High School, home of the speech and debate team, and Oprah Winfrey Angel Award winner Dr. Tommy Lindsay, but we just called him Papa Bear. Fun fact, when I was a freshman in high school, we beat Bell, became state champions, then they won for 10 years until our Lions joined the jungle. As proud as I am that my students are fierce competitors, I'm more proud that they trust me when I say the trophies really aren't everything. Don't get me wrong, it's important to try and win. I didn't always think that though. Back when I was running around in that soccer jersey and scoring goals in my own net, I told my dad it didn't matter if we lost, at least we had fun. I get that optimistic perspective from my mom, the woman who taught me how to swing and the reason I always aim for the sky. She's also the reason I love music, Disney, and food. But now I realize both mom and dad are right. It's important to have fun. It's important to try and win, but it's also important to realize you're not gonna win all the time, and that's what you do after you lose that matters most. Someone tell the Niners. In a world where winning is often determined by subjective judging, whether at a tournament, a college interview, seniors, or when you didn't win last year's Halloween costume dressed as Mufasa, there's still always a reward. It just might not be tangible or immediately discovered. For me, it's always been about growth, growing as a person, a leader, and how my relationships grow with others. Yeah, the trophies came and went. But my first ever dual partner, the boy from the picture earlier, he married me 10 years later on our 10-year anniversary. Yes, there was in and out, and Papa Bear officiated. And our bridal party, all friends from high school. And yep, my girls are all dressed representing a different color of the Disney princess at our Disney Bay Area sports themed wedding with special guests and season ticket holder invitations. My husband works in sports. My family, and by that I mean my bros, Mr. Santana, Keemon, and Walker, all took it pretty hard when my husband got a new job recently in LA working for LeBron James, but I assured them not to worry. He still wears his Warriors gear to work. You too will leave one day. But never forget to wear your MIDI gear proudly, because you will always be a part of the same pride. Your friends sitting next to you may just be some of the most important people that you will ever meet. Or they'll at least be able to explain some of these line-themed puns if you feel stampeded by them. So take every opportunity you can, to strengthen your relationships, make moments and memories that matter, and fall in love with a new lion you just haven't yet met. Speaking of opportunities, I didn't want to waste this chance to share some of my favorite life mantras. Going all in, even if you don't get it all. Shout out to sophomore Kaylee Fitzgerald for making this image. Life is about doing what you love with the people you love. For me, that's hashtag lifting noodles. I know, it's impressive gains. And my dad has a great one. He says the cycle of life, Hakuna Matata, is comprised of 2 cycles. A virtuous cycle, where success breeds confidence and confidence breeds success, and a vicious cycle, where doubt breeds failure and failure breeds doubt. Luckily, it just takes finding a tangent to get you to the more beneficial cycle. Now, the tangent might not be finding light in your life, but it might be helping someone else find what makes them shine bright. And that's what this morning's gospel is getting at. That's why I love my job. I love my job, okay? And it's because I get to watch you amazing students help each other become the best versions of yourself. I feel so blessed to be a part of a community that values community. Because if you can understand now how important it is to love everyone, and I do mean everyone around you, what a beautiful tool you use to bring into the future communities that you become a part of. Envisioning the contagious positivity that it means to be a monarch ripple out into the world. It simply takes my breath away. Breathe in, breathe out. Did you know you're supposed to have about 12 breaths per minute? So, since I've been standing here, we've all taken roughly 102,000 breaths collectively. What a blessing. Now this time, can you grab the hand of the person sitting next to you and breathe in and breathe out. Thank you. You can let go now. I needed that. Thank you. I really did need that to get through what's next. About 5 years ago on a Wednesday, I held my best friend's hand while her breaths went from 12 to 11 to 10, 9, 8 breaths per minute. My dad was next to me, and 7, 6, 5, before I was ready, the hospice nurse told me that my best friend, my mom, wasn't sleeping. She was actively dying from her long battle with multiple sclerosis. Breathe in, breathe. Outside the room, I grabbed the little tape recorder I'd been recording stories on for weeks. We knew it was coming. Mom's voice still joins me when I come to MIDI every morning. My favorite is her 20-minute segment on cooking without a recipe, or as my husband would call it, pouring milk into cereal. The last time Mom heard my voice was in a song. She wasn't feeling well and couldn't come to my show earlier in that day. I used to sing at retirement homes weekly for years. Mom was my agent. So instead, I sung her to sleep with one of our favorite songs, Be a Lion, from the musical The Wiz. I didn't know that would be the last time I heard her say goodnight. Students, I too know what an all-nighter feels like. They're not healthy, avoid them. Breathe in, breathe Breathe 3, 2. There's really only one thing I want you to take away from all of this, please. Sometimes in this wild world, you simply can't get it all. Go all in anyway. How fitting that today is All Souls Day, where we honor the dead. Mom would have appreciated the irony. In one of her last recordings, she said, "There will always be a hole in my heart, but I'll fill it with everything we loved." And she would have loved all things Mitty. She would have definitely gone with me to see every show in the theater, wheeled her way to every tournament, definitely caught some sports. Because her body didn't work well, she was fascinated by bodies that are athletes and dancers that move with such grace. Me too. But, she would have never stopped smiling about her madness, and most of all, she would have just loved the jazz band and choir. She would have loved to hear that I feel at home, that I feel protected and supported by our amazing administration, inspired by all our wonderful coaches and teachers, and she would have loved all of you. So thank you, Mitty. Thanks for helping heal my heart every day. So there's something I need help with, because Mom would be sad to know I haven't really sung since that night. And a specific song that roars in particular. This has been too difficult. But there's something about this community that makes the impossible worth trying. So everyone, would you mind helping me heal once again? There is a place we'll go where there is mostly quiet, flowers and butterflies, a rainbow mix beside it, and from a velvet sky, a summer storm. You can feel the coolness in the air, but you're so warm. And then a mighty roar will start the sky to cry in, but not even lightning will be frightening my lion. You're standing strong and tall. You're the bravest of them all. If courage you must call, then just keep on trying and trying and trying and trying. Mother. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Monarchs, I know you might not always feel the bravest, strongest, most majestic in the land. Be a lion anyway. Thank you.